Alright, this is another book review. Don't take it as a book review. You can take it as my thoughts on, because I'm not very good at this whole review thing. But it is 13 Reasons Why. And this is by Jay Asher. This is a young adult book. Obviously, I'm not a young adult anymore. 27, but a young adult is very popular right now. So I can't remember if I saw this on YouTube or if I saw it somewhere else, but I saw some of the reviews on it and they were good. Once I had Goodreads. I've had it since like 2008 or something, and I haven't been on there since 2009, I think. But I got on there the other day and I saw reviews and they were like terrible, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like seriously. By that point I was in the middle of the book. Well, probably not even in the middle yet, but I was like, I completely understand. This book is a little bit of a disappointment to me. I thought it would be better. I think the concept of it is so good. The execution, it just fell short. It's a book about a young lady who, and this really isn't a spoiler alert because that's what the book is about. A young lady killed herself. She committed suicide, and she made these tapes before she committed suicide, and they were supposed to be passed around to 13 people. That's why it's called 13 Reasons Why. And these tapes were actually addressed specifically to these people, and just kind of explaining why they contributed to her feeling like she needed to kill herself. Okay, I'm not going to say it. It'll be a spoiler alert. But, or a spoiler, whatever. So there's 13 people altogether, and they actually all have to listen to all of the tapes to hear her story. And of course, after you're done hearing your tape, you have to make sure that you do listen to the other tape after that, because that's who you're going to have to send it to. It's like one of those type of things. And there is a guy, and his name is Clay Jensen, and he is the one who actually is narrating this, and he is one of the ones who does receive the tapes. He has no idea why he received the tapes, because he feels like he did not do anything that would have contributed to her feeling like she needed to commit suicide. So it just goes through with him listening to all the different tapes, so he gets to hear all the different stories of everybody, all these other people who had something to do with hurting this Hannah, or, you know, that type of thing. He has to go through and he has to hear all of these tapes, which is gotta be hard for a young guy. I mean, he's in high school. That has to be hard to hear. But eventually it does come to his tape, and he learns why he's on these tapes. And then, of course, he has to finish them up. He has to know who to send it to next. I get the thing where being young, you feel like everything is piling up on you. I totally get that. I actually, my family in general, struggles with depression. And so when I was younger, I struggled with depression. And there were times where I did have thoughts of suicide. So I get it. I do get it. But I don't know what it is about the voice of this book. It's just not... It just doesn't seem right. I don't know how to explain it. I just was so disappointed because it almost just sounded like it was just being over dramatic of some events. The narrator's story, whenever it got to that part, like, because as I was reading it, I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, I've got to finish this book. I'm going to make myself finish this book because I did pay for it. I just kept thinking, there's got to be something more. There has to be something more later on in the book. So I kept reading, and of course, whenever I got to the narrator's tape, I did get pulled in there. I mean, I really did get pulled in. I was crying during that part of the story. But after that, some of the events that happened in Hannah's life, they were harder for a young lady to go through. So I do get that. But there were other places, like towards the beginning, it's like, what? I just felt like it was like over dramatic about it. Like, seriously, why are you gonna kill yourself over this? Why are you gonna kill yourself over this? That's what I kept thinking. I've been depressed, so I know those feelings and how you speak and how you think. I just don't think the voice of it was quite right for that. I don't even know how to explain it. Just with listening to, or not listening, but I was reading what was on the tapes that she made, and I don't know. I just didn't think the voice was quite right. It just wasn't fitting all together. I don't know. I just don't even know how to explain it. So I was really actually kind of disappointed in this. Like I said, I do think the concept was very good. The execution just was not. I know this is supposed to be being made into a movie. I am hoping that it will not be as big of a disappointment as the book. I'm not going to say that this is a complete waste of time to read, because, I mean, it is good. It's just, I don't know. It's just, it fell short. It really fell short. I was very disappointed. I hate that I paid full price for it. So this was one of those books where I wish I had went to the library and borrowed it from there rather than paying for it. But overall, it is a good story. I don't really honestly feel like it helps anybody decide that if they are on that edge of, do I commit suicide or not? I don't feel like it helped with that. And I really don't feel like it really helped with, I guess it does help with awareness that there are people out there, and like the actions that you do, there are consequences to them. You might be hurting somebody and not know it. I mean, it does kind of put that out there, but I didn't really think that it hit home that you need to go out and you need to make sure that you're talking to people who look like loners, or I don't know. All I can say was it was kind of a disappointment. I'm not going to say that it's one of those books that you should absolutely not read. I think that if you are going to read it, I think you need to go to the library and get it from the library so it's free. Yeah. So anyway, that was my thought on it. But you don't have to agree, but that's fine. I'll see you guys later. Bye.